Hello lovely students, this is Professor Fazlullah Qureshi back to you. After a very long time, now I have come with an amazing video for you. Very important, very necessary for speaking skills. It's the reported speech. Reported speech is very important segment of speaking skills. This is the first thing that Almighty created. You know, God, the Almighty, pronounced be and it was done. The entire universe was created. So, the first thing Almighty created was not the universe. The first thing that Almighty created was the speaking skills. He pronounced, he ordered the things to be created and they were created. So speaking skills are very important, and today we are dealing with the reported speech, with direct speech and indirect speech. Direct speech is more important than the indirect speech because this is the first hand information. Indirect speech, you report it to the third person and it becomes indirect. So there are certain changes that take place. For example, changes of the pronouns. I sometimes becomes he or she, and also the place and time. Here becomes there, now becomes then, because there was a time when the person was told something and now he is reporting, and this is another time. So there is shift of tenses as well. In the past, we have to go, we move a tense further. Now, present is changed into past, present simple is changed into the past simple, present continuous is changed into the past continuous, present perfect is changed into the past perfect, and similarly, past is changed into the past perfect, and so on. We will be doing all these things when we are discussing those items. I have created a test for you. There are 20 sentences, 5 groups actually. We go from easy to difficult sentences. Now, we are given a sentence, then you will have some time to say it yourself, and then we have given the answer. You will check and write somewhere if it's right or wrong. Now, each group contains 5 sentences. So you will see, for example, in the first group, if you get 4 out of 5, it's good. If you get 5 out of 5, it's excellent. But if you have less than that, then you will repeat and things will be alright. We have explained all the problems together with the sentences, the solutions actually. Sentence number 1, start practice. The officer ordered the soldier. The officer ordered the soldier to start practice. Give your husband this camera. The shop assistant told Fatima. The shop assistant told Fatima to give her husband that camera. Can't say here the shop assistant told Fatima to give your husband this camera because he is Fatima's husband. Maybe you are a man. So we can't use husband for everybody. Sentence number 3, don't eat raw meat.
Mama told Putri. Mama told Putri not to eat raw meat. Number 4. You are not flying to Bali alone, Herman told his son. Herman told his son that he was not flying to Bali alone. Number 5. Please give me another cup of coffee. Dia requested her mama. Dia requested her mama to give her another cup of coffee. You see, it's very simple. You have to say to go, to go, to do, to see. Similarly, it is changed into not to go, not to do, or not to see on conversion. So, to do a thing and not to do a thing. Check your score. You must repeat if score is not satisfactory. Now we go to sentence number 6, future. I'll swim tomorrow. Ismail said he would swim the following day. Will swim is changed into would swim, and tomorrow is changed into the following day or the next day. Number 7. I've already eaten my lunch. He told me that. He told me that he had already eaten his lunch. She told me that she had already eaten her lunch. They told me that they had already eaten their lunch. Number 8. I'm going to visit Ubud Palace together with Malti at 3 p.m. today. He told me that he was going to visit Ubud Palace together with Malti at 3 that day. Number 9. Ismail has driven today all the way to the Bali Zoo. I say Ismail has driven today all the way to the Bali Zoo. Number 10. Since you are going shopping, I'll go riding. Mrs. Salamat told me that. Mrs. Salamat told me that since I was going shopping, she would go riding. This was the easy part, and now slightly hard part is there waiting for you. Number 11. I usually travel around during weekends. David said. Devi said that she usually traveled around during weekends. Number 12. We traveled out of Indonesia 2 years ago. Mr. and Mrs. Superman told me that. Mr. and Mrs. Superman told me that they had traveled out of Indonesia 2 years before. 13. If you join, he will leave. She told me if I joined, he would leave. Number 14. If you visit me, I'll visit you. Rabbani told me Rabbani told me if I visited him, he would visit me. Number 50. If you don't go, I won't go. My daughter told me if I didn't go, she wouldn't go. Number 16. My servant didn't go away last week. She told me. She told me that her servant had not gone the week before. Where's your book? He asked me where. He asked me where my book was. Number 18. Are you ready? My papa wanted to know. My papa wanted to know if I was ready, or my papa wanted to know whether I was ready. Number 19. Can you drive my car? She asks me if I can drive her car. If I go away, you will also leave. Sentence number 20. He told me if he went away, I would also leave.